there are a lot of people getting sick. A lot of people are getting sick and they don't know why. Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing this morning? This morning is a brand new day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it, okay? So what I'm going to say this morning is going to be something that I feel as though, while being on my wellness and weight loss journey, and to be honest with you, as a provider, okay, this journey is taking me down a rabbit hole of rabbit holes, okay? And I will be sharing these rabbit holes with you because it's something that I really feel as though needs to be taught or needs to be preached, because there are a lot of people getting sick. A lot of people are getting sick and they don't know why. Our children are getting riddled with disease earlier and earlier as time goes on. I'm seeing teenage, close to adolescence, before they even reach the age of 25, being on dialysis. Why? I'm seeing people being riddled with obesity. That includes me. Why? Yes, it could be the fact that we are overeating, but there's more to the story than we know. People can sit us down and say, oh, you need to eat healthy, but what is healthy? Doctors are not taking the time. Nurses are not taking the time, because we don't have the time half the time to actually educate people on what is health, what to eat, what to drink, like what food. Half the people don't know anything about nutrition. Doctors barely know anything about nutrition. Me, as a nurse practitioner, barely knew too much about nutrition, okay? We don't get that. We are taught about how to treat disease with medication. But what is the root of most of these diseases? For me, my biggest opinion, and I know this is probably a fact, it's the food that we are eating, the things that we are drinking, sugar, processed foods. If we pushed more lifestyle education, I believe things would be better, because they would make better choices and better decisions in the foods that we consume. However, at the same time, we have to beat an addiction, because food can be an addiction. It's what they're putting in the food can be addictive. And as you guys know, I talk about this all the time. This is a spiritual thing going on as well. It's more to it than meets the eye, okay? Greed, money, all of it. It's not a conspiracy. This is the truth. I got into nursing because I wanted to help people. I wanted to help people. But the more and more every single day, it becomes like a sick care system. We're not helping. We're not helping. We're making, unfortunately, we're part of the problem. We are making the system a little worse. We're making people sicker and sicker every day because we're not getting to the root of it. You know? And this is something that I personally have been like, damn, like, I got into nursing to help people. I didn't get into this to make people sick. So every day I fight. I fight with this. I fight with this internally because I know God has me on this journey, this wellness journey for myself for a reason. I'm not perfect. I'm not by no means perfect because I know I need to stop being that hypocrite. I need to start with me first. I need to figure out what's going to make me healthy on the inside. And while doing this, seeking out evidence-based knowledge, because that's what we do as nurses, okay? As seeking out evidence-based knowledge and really going down a rabbit hole of things, I am finding I am finding so much information, things that we were taught, things that we were not taught, okay? It is something that I am learning that God is putting me through this process. As I'm going through it, as I'm delving into the information and doing my own research behind it, that's what's going to work for me or whatnot. I'm also learning that one thing does not fit everybody as well. I'm just learning all of it. You know, I've been a part of all the diets. I've been a part of all the trends. And I'm coming to realize that, like I said, one size does not fit all. One size does not fit all. But what I do realize is that whole foods fit all. Simple exercise, personal development, and really taking charge of your health is really, and mental as well, because it's really the key to all of this, okay? We definitely have to break the spiritual part of it because, like I said, devil is working, honey, okay? He's working, right? But what I will say is this. With God, we could do everything. We could do everything. And that's where it starts first. With God. And this society has just stripped everything. It stripped God out. It stripped healthy food. I mean, it strips everything. Like I said, this is a whole thing, honey, okay? But let me stop with my rant. I need to go in, okay? I need to go into work. But I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you because honestly, I feel as though this is something that people really need to hear. They don't need to hear, or while they're diagnosed with diabetes, while they're diagnosed with any autoimmune thing, they don't need to hear, you need to start eating healthy, or you need to live a better, healthier lifestyle, exercise, take this prescription. They don't need to hear none of that. What they really need to hear is the reason why behind all of it. Because half the time they don't even know what diabetes is. They just know it's related to sugar. Okay, well, what foods have the sugar in it? Like, the real reason behind everything. And like I said, unfortunately, as providers, you really don't have that time to preach all of that. But that's something that I definitely want to start incorporating on my platforms because as it relates to obesity, as it relates to wellness, delving into non-toxic products, like really delving into the wellness aspect of things that affects hormones, all of this stuff, So, all of that being said, this is the journey that I feel like God is really leaning me into because this is something that, like I said, I've had a passion for years. I had a passion for educating people, but you barely have the time to really do that. And I feel like this platform will allow me to. So as I'm learning, and what I would have to say this, as I'm learning, as I'm relearning, as I'm reprogramming, as I'm doing all of it, okay? Because all of this is a learning for me, okay? Even though I've been in the game for years, it's all a relearning thing, okay? And I'm just super excited to start sharing on this platform with you guys, because like I said, the education needs to be there without all the fluff, without all the, all the things, okay? So remember that our health is our life force. Without our health, we can have nothing else, okay? We can have all the money in the world, we can have all of it, but if we do not have our health, okay, we have nothing. So let's get off the excuses. Let's get, off all of it, okay? And let's try to make a difference in our life to live well for ourselves and live well for our families. And I hope that you guys will tune in to listen as I encourage you along the way to live a better, healthier lifestyle as well. We need to prevent, because we cannot stay young forever. Our bodies doesn't stay the same. It changes over the years, okay? So, with that being said, I am finally out of here, all right? And I'll catch you guys in another chat.